What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Atomic Dom's Sobro Garage. We get more continued work on the T5, getting it to fit into my 60 F100. It originally had a 6-cylinder 3 on the tree, so pulled that out, 5-liter from 93 Fox body and a T5. So we have that all mounted up and fitted in, which is good. We still have some ways, some ground to make up before we get it running, but we're getting closer on the transmission. So here's what we did. You saw the previous video how we dropped things in and moving it in and out, and it was kind of difficult, but with this configuration you can use stock seat in stock location, stock bench seat that is. So what I did was I just cut this section out of the floor, just made a giant U-shape, square U-shape, right? I kept the leftover piece, so what we'll do, I'll put that back on, and then I'll put the standard transmission cover over it, and then we'll just modify that section to accommodate this, and then what we'll do is, of course, we'll fill that in around the back side, and we'll just we'll make it one complete piece. The carpet will go over it, and it'll all be good. But as you can see, what I did earlier, thinking with the bench seat, I was going to have to make some squirrely shifter. So what I did is I cut the shaft on that shifter and realized that I didn't need to do that. So luckily I had another T5 laying around the shop, and I just swapped it out with what you're seeing over there. So I will make a second shifter just to experiment. Maybe some cool angles or some sort of strange geometry or something for a cool shifter if I need to. I'm gonna go to a special show or something, I don't know. But as you can see, I mean, we're here, we can stroke through the pattern just fine, and it works great. So as I think most of those T5s are all interchangeable anyway. Another hack, I think you saw one of the other episodes when I did the Crown Vic swap. I used the ratchet straps to help hold up, help pull in the arms for the Crown Vic, and I had to get a specific measurement by myself. I just pulled them in, got it to that section, it held it there, bolted it up as I welded it to the frame. So this also helps. So anyway, I've got that strapped around there to the dash. So you can tell that it was built in 1960. It doesn't even affect that dash. It's been hanging on there for 2 days. But I also have a jack stand underneath just in case. So the pressure is not really all on that strap. What other cool things? I've got my dogs playing poker headboard up there. Sorry about the lighting being so bright. But I had that tapestry laying around. So I mounted it to, did I just call it a headboard? Headliner. I keep saying headboard. I mounted that to a laminated piece of ram board. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. You can get it at a local hardware store. It's for protecting your flooring, and it's basically just chipboard. What they make, heavy-duty chipboard. They make like cases for beer and 12 packs and that kind of thing. So anyway, I cut it out to the shape of my headliner, laminated the tapestry to it, bolted it up there just fine. Did the same thing for the sides, the wings right here on the sides. I don't know if you can see that, the black piece that looks like it goes up and then goes over towards the front. I'll probably end up doing the sun visor on both sides in the same sort of treatment. If I can find some cheap, I'll just buy some and then just recover them, but if not, I can make my own. What else? Oh, fuses and relays, yes. So what I did with my harness from the 5-liter is I started to thin it out, and it's been a big project, but I thinned it out. I pulled all the signals, all the lights, all the unnecessary stuff out of the harness, put it on relays, and put it in this really cool cigar box that'll rest behind the bench seat. So once we get all that wired, which it's mostly wired for headlights and signals right now, but we've got other things like fan, fuel pump, and that sort of thing that I'm gonna run through there as well. So I think that's about it. I got my windows in, my window wings are in, which is good. So we're gonna get those windows operational hopefully this week, if not next week. I've got an actuator issue on the driver's side, and of course over here the actuator's all stripped out. So I think I'm just going to drill a hole and maybe run a roll pin through there or something. A set screw. I don't know yet. Haven't quite figured that out, but not buying new, that's for sure. So once we get done with that, I think that's it. Let's go take a look at the motor. So I have a checklist as I go through. I go to the wall and I just, cross things off, and kind of helps me with motivation and progress. But so there's my T5, sits in there. Also, let me, for those considering doing this swap, I have GT40P heads on this thing, so there's only certain headers that fit that thing. So be very, very careful about what you get. I probably should have gone with the long tubes, but I went with the bundle of snake shorties. And if you take a good look back there, you're really not going to be able to get a plug boot on 4 or even change 3 or 4. I mean, you're not going to get that out of there without dropping the headers. So that's going to be a pain. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do there. Found a guy who's got some long tubes that fit GT40s. Let's hope he's not going to gouge me for an arm and a leg for it. So other than that, I think that's it. So I'm just going to continue to work. Had a visit by the Blue Angels today. They flew over our city, which was awesome. Props to those guys, and they did that for all our frontline workers and healthcare workers during the virus. So glad to see that. That was pretty cool. Always hyped to see jets, but Air Force guy myself, but still, you got to respect all jets. Anyway, that's all I got, man. I am out. I'll see ya. Thanks for watching.